Are you guys tired? I'm a little tired. I think maybe we need to switch up how we read right now. A big shout out to all my patrons. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to my Old Man Willow tier, Paul, Powell, and Norbert. Your support means everything. Thank you. Hey fantasy fans, welcome back. It's Dan here with Treebeard Book Reviews. And it's May. I'm going to call this Mood Reading May. And I'm kind of really just throwing my TBR out the window. Like, I have a spreadsheet that I shared on my Discord. Just kind of planning out my whole year. And I'm kind of going to do away with it. As you can maybe even see behind me, I plan to read Malazan this year. And I actually ended up, like, unhauling all my Malazan books. So, April wasn't a great month for me. I didn't read a lot at all, to be honest. I only read 5 books, which is definitely below average for me. I read The Frugal Wizard's Handbook. I read Lonesome Dove, Nemesis Games, Proven Guilty. And there's one more book in there. What was it? Shadow Rising. That was the reread. So, yeah, it was not a bad month. I didn't really get to my other MBR books, and that's fine. The thing too is, like, with reading is, I think a lot of people are starting to feel the pinch when it comes to reading right now. And I think the big thing to remember is it's not a competition. Read for pleasure, read for fun. It's not a race, and you don't have to set these unrealistic goals for yourselves. There's nights, especially now the weather's getting nicer. And, my kids aren't very old. Like, they want to hang out. They want to play with their dad. So that's what I'm doing. And, playing with my kids or doing other hobbies too. And I think that's one thing in the book community. It's good for you to do too. Explore other things. You don't have to always be reading because, you can burn yourself out. And there's a lot of people I've talked to on the Discord lately they're feeling that burn a little bit. And it's hard to keep up a marathon. So let's just talk about May. I've already got 2 books kind of on the go. The Great Wheel of Time reread is being just postponed for a bit. We're going to be picking up Fires of Heaven in June. The main reason is because, The Shadow Rising is really long. It's probably the longest Wheel of Time book, I believe. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it's a long one. And we're doing all this buddy read together. We have our monthly kind of chats. And not everyone's finished yet, so we're just going to extend The Shadow Rising. We'll do a chat for that in the end of May. And then we'll be ready to go with The Fires of Heaven in June, which I think is good. I finished The Shadow Rising. Like, in May, I read a lot of big books. Like, Lonesome Dove was huge. Shadow Rising was big. Nemesis Games is a fairly decent-sized book. But the other 2, Proven Guilty and Frugal Wizards, was fairly short. But, I said, read some big books. But, yeah, we're going to be postponing Fires of Heaven until June. Happy with that. I can read some other stuff. So the things I didn't get to was the Ember Blade. I didn't get to my Discworld book, like Interesting Times. I actually don't even know where it is. I couldn't find it. I was looking all over my office here to find Interesting Times to talk about it in this video. And I'm like, I can't find it. So, don't know where the hell that went. But that's fine. I have another copy. So, but yeah, so let's kind of just talk about what's happening in May. I'm going to briefly kind of talk about what I read in April, just briefly, and then kind of give you my thoughts, and then we'll go on to what's going on in May. So yeah, Nemesis Games, I slept on this super hard. I wish I picked it up sooner. I should have picked it up sooner. I was stupid not to read it sooner, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's a very character-focused book. There is plots and, like, story going on here. But by the end of the book, there's no real kind of resolution to the story, so the story must continue in the 6th book. And I heard the 6th book's probably the weakest, so we'll see where it continues. I enjoyed it just for the characters, the POVs that are in display in this book. It was a wonderful time, and definitely a 5-star read. So the next one I did was, this is actually a copy I'm going to be mailing off to my patrons soon. It is Lonesome Dove, and this is a copy I annotated. So I kind of just recorded my thoughts as I had them when I was reading this book. This is a long book. I think this copy is 800 pages, but it's really fine print. And I felt like I had to work for all these pages. This felt like a lot of work. Not just because I was writing them all, like notes and comments and stuff like that. But it's just Westerns aren't my thing. I did love it. I thought it was a good book. It's not going to be one of my favorite books of all time. Probably, maybe not even in the top 100, to be honest. But I still really enjoyed my time with it. And it's a great character piece, great historical piece. But I just don't really care about cowboys. And it just wasn't for me, but I'm glad I read it. Glad I'm going to send this off to Paul, my patron. So thanks again for recommending it. So yeah, Shadow Rising, I'm not going to talk about because we're going to talk about that later. Alright, so then I also read Frugal Wizard's Guide. There is a review on the channel. I read it in like a day. I really liked it. It really kind of connected with me. The humor connected with me at least a lot more than Tress. I like the ending a lot more than Tress. So of the two secret novels, this one is definitely my favorite. So really glad I got through that. And then the last one is Proven Guilty. Dresden Book 8. I just love Dresden right now. Dresden is really clicking for me. I'm only doing it on audio. I feel that's the only way to do Dresden is on audio. And that's what I'm going to stick with. So April, it wasn't the best month. Like I said, I had mine and my wife's birthday in April. There's Easter. And then I got laryngitis and I lost my voice for a week. So, which means I couldn't do like videos and stuff. It wasn't great. So I'm kind of glad April's passed. And now we're getting into May. So I'm already started 2 books. I'm going to talk about those 2 books I've started, and then we're going to get into the rest of the books that I might read in the month of May. Okay, so let's start with the first book that I'm actively reading right now, and that is The Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. Going back to Robin Hobb and The Realm of the Elderlings. As you guys know, like I have a love-hate relationship with Robin Hobb and the Farseer trilogy. Liked the first 2 books. Third book was a big flop for me, so I'm hoping that this can turn it around. I love anything nautical, anything with boats in it. So if this brings me back into Realm of the Elderlings, probably going to continue. So looking forward to reading this. Another big chonker, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to promise when I'm going to get it done by. Just gonna read. So we'll see. And then continue on with Dresden. I'm going to be listening to White Knight. And I don't really have any other audiobooks planned for this month. So, because I'm all out of credits, actually, to be completely honest. So I'm going to have to buy some more. But, yeah, I'm just going to kind of play it by ear and, like, see if I can get some stuff from my local library. But, yeah, Dresden for sure. Like, White Knight, love it. Already started it. I finished Proven Guilty, and let's go straight into White Knight. Because I just love Dresden right now. It's just clicking for me, firing on all cylinders. I think since book 4, every Dresden book has been a 5-star book for me. So, yeah, love that. So, some other books I picked up that I want to read. So this next book I picked up, I got it recently. It just came out. It's a Legends of the Dark Angels omnibus. As you guys know, I'm a fan of Warhammer 40k. And I like the Dark Angels. So I got this omnibus. It was $25 Canadian. It's got four novels, 4 novellas. So yeah, 8 kind of books in on the whole, and you can't argue with that price. You get 8 like stories. So I might just read a few out of here if I'm feeling like I just want to pick some Warhammer fantasy up, but like just quick and bloody. Also going to continue and try and get to the Ember Blade. This was sent to me again by someone on the channel, so thank you again. Going to try and get to this month. But I'm going to really just take it as I come. It's just going to mood read everything and, read what I think is right. So some people were talking in the Discord too about reading Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut. This I think I could definitely fit in. It's so short. Like I could read this in an afternoon if I really wanted to. I like this cool cover too. So yeah, Sirens of Titan, might pick this up. It's on my list. So yeah, when I said I couldn't find my individual copy of Interesting Times, no idea where that went. My kid probably ran off with it somewhere, but I have this like omnibus edition where it's got like Sorcery, Eric, and Interesting Times in it. So until I find my individual copy, I'll probably just read out of this. So that's there. And the last one that's a maybe, and I'm definitely not going to do this one on audio, like 100% not. If I'm going to read it, it's going to be physical. And that is Golden Sun. I don't know. Like, I get a lot of flack on the channel for my review of Red Rising. Like, yeah, totally fair. It's an emotionally driven review. But Golden Sun, I'm going to give it a fair shake. And I need to try it, at least. To say I've tried it, and then I'll go on to, if I liked it enough, I'll continue with the trilogy. I don't know about the new trilogy that's coming out, or Quartet, or whatever the heck he's writing. But yeah, like, so that's kind of what I got planned for May. I don't really have much else to say other than, like, kind of glad to be back making some videos. Like I said, I was sick for a bit. I still kind of got a cold right now. All the weather keeps changing here, where it's hot and then it's cold and then it's just crap again. So got something. But yeah, so what are you guys reading in May? I'd really like to know, like, how did April go for you? I know a lot of people just felt bummed and burned out in April. And, you know, it's just that time of year where, you know, it's still kind of gloomy it's the world's throwing off winter, and it's, you know, the rains are coming. So, but yeah, guys, really, really excited to start making some videos. I got some videos I need to get out, like my, you know, continuing my top 100 books of all time. I have eventually got a plan for a bookshelf tour. I'm still waiting on some books to arrive that I've ordered that just haven't showed up yet. There's some other things I want to talk about, like the recent Christopher Rocchio Kickstarter. So anyways, guys, that's enough for me in this video. We'll see you next time. Cheers.